Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Simbarashe. This is on the Hard Talk on behalf of ATV and Zim Online Media. Here is where we talk to all the big names, the small names, the celebrated names, the politicians, and everybody that makes matters and that is talked about within the Zimbabwean community. Today, I am privileged. I do have in the studio one of the most controversial names in Zimbabwe music and media. Stana, a big welcome to the Hard Knock.
Hello, Bob.
I will certainly knock so hard on you. How are you doing?
I'm doing better than most people I know.
Great. I hope that's not being included.
No, I'm doing okay. I'm fine.
Stana, tell us, who is this big boy Stana?
I'm just your average day-to-day Zimbabwean boy, man, if you want to say that.
Who is doing better than?
No, it's just that I have a difficult and different job, that's all.
Okay. Expand more. Difficult and different. How difficult and how different?
Well, my job, I'm supposed to make someone happy, whether they're sad or happy already. I have to maintain a standard. I sort of control people's lives. I can say I'm there for the people, so for them to react in certain ways that they want to react, and I don't even know what they want, but I'm supposed to give them that. So I have a very difficult job.
Okay, I'm just going to try to walk you quite back so that at least we have a bit of a background of how you got into the music scene. Mm-hmm. How and when you got into the music scene.
Well, it was a long time ago. I'm not going to say music wasn't a part of me, it wasn't a passion. I'm sure like every other young kid, we all had those cassettes, the TDKs, you know, listening to the big guys on radio, would record stuff, and then I got to a stage where we had a little recording, that little record player that we could record ourselves singing, and that was that. So from there, you just pick it up slowly until it becomes something that's in you, and then before you know it, it's like your breadwinner. So you take it up. I can't go through the whole road. It's a really big, long road, but to just sum it up, step by step.
Surely there must be something that actually drove or inspired or challenged you to get into music. What could it be?
Well, for me, you know, I never signed an auto book and I put music as a hobby.
Wow.
It's a job. That's how I make my living in Rubasa. So I'm not gonna say I was just doing this for fun, because the only thing that I did for fun was when I went to the clubs and we danced. Yeah, we did that for fun. But then the second I said I wanted to sing, it was game on. So I'm not gonna say like a road squad or things like that, because it wasn't like that. I looked at it, I was like, well, I did go to school. I have a couple of certificates. I'm a qualified auto technician and everything. But I did all that, and even when I was under the hood of a car, it's not something that I really wanted. You know, I know where to put the red wire and the black wire, but it wasn't there. So I had to identify something that I love doing and still get paid for it. So
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, that brings me to another interesting angle of the same question. I'm just going to start with an illustration. When I got into, I wanted to get to be a singer. I mean, when I was growing up, and I remember you back in the day when we made a guitar from the olivine tin, you know,
yeah.
the olivine tin, and put some strings and all that kind. And when my mother discovered that, she beat the crap out of me. And then we had, on the other hand, we had Leonard Dembo, who the family was so much against getting into music. I'm sure you know the story. To the extent that he actually started singing and got famous before his immediate family knew that he was a singer. When you started singing, how did your immediate family take it? How did they react? Did they They already discovered that you're a singer, they've been supportive, or they were shocked?
Well, I'm not gonna say my road was difficult. When it comes to my family, I must say, if it's like that, then I have the best parent ever. You know, my mother, she's always supportive of anything you want to do. If you decide you want to start selling leaves from a tree, she'll say, okay, do it. If it works for you, that's cool. So my mother, she's always supported me in everything, and it's just been like that. The second I said I wanted to do that, I did that. If I said I wanted to go and do that, she'd support it, and I did that. So not that I'm saying she had it, she could just, but she's just got this thing. She just lets her boys, do whatever they want with their lives. I'm sure she lets us learn life as is, so that we can build from our own mistakes.
Indeed.
Guy, 5.1 Dolby taurai sound range mamwe mafans ari funny hobo vacho vanospaka vamwe munotemba nenunge mariri pampaka ndimi mune.
You are bold in your lyrics, sometimes getting straight to individual. Is that the nature? Is that in your nature, or it's a humor in lyrics?
Well, I believe in speaking my mind, because if I do not do that, then I'm cheating on myself, and why I'd be doing that, I don't know. So if I'm not saying, I'm not into politics or anything, so I say it like how I say it. Like if you take my lyrics, I would say on live TV, I don't know if we're live, that everything that I've sung, there is not a single lie. For me saying, I have this, takuita iri, chi, I have never fabricated anything. I do not use American lyrics like we have a G5 plane, blah, blah, blah. I've got a Marc Jacobs watch or anything, which they will be lying, all of them, because from the time I even did a research, I know Marc Jacobs has probably made about 85 watches, and we've got about 200 rappers that say they have them. And a G6, I'm sure Jay-Z only got his last year on his birthday when his wife bought it for him, and he's been singing about a G6 plane ever since. So I'm just saying, for myself, I sing and this man rango but ndiribo, meaning I do not have much, but I survive with what I have, and I'm happy. And if we say tarisa mdenga unogunongondona, and for sure, tarisa unogunongondona. So people want to say they're copying American style, they what or what, but if you go through the paces, I'm just singing our day-to-day Zimbabwean life as is. That was when we started using monies that weren't ours. So I was speaking for Zimbabwe as a whole. And those were the rands and the US dollars. So that is my music. And when I ask a question, when I sing a song and I'm asking a question, people, they want to take it personal. But so I guess I'm sort of like a mouthpiece requesting for Zimbabweans to just open up and be free and say what they really want to say, address the issues as they are, and not to throw tantrums when finally somebody says something. Because I'm not going to say I'm wearing a red jersey when I know it's brown and white. It is red. Call a spade a spade. That's what I believe.
Indeed. You have won awards before. Obviously, after your hit track, Timwambe, could there be some predestiny, some prophecy, or you were equally surprised?
I'd set out on Kombosh.
Wow. Focus more. Is there any ultimate trophy that you are looking out to?
We're working towards something. We're working towards something. And this year, to every journey you have to go, through the hardest of stairs and everything. And I believe God only gives the hardest war to the strongest soldier. And
True.
I'm fighting every day. So until it's done, and I say finally, Totora Mkumbe, I'm sure you won't even be there to witness it. Oh, I won't even still be down here to say it's done. No, this is a war that we're going to keep fighting, and I don't know, maybe even long after my singing career, or I'm now on the sidelines, we're still going to be fighting towards a higher goal.
Exquisite, extra large, extra voluptuous with the Dr. Clarence. H-Town. Kusvika ukagumbari tanetsa parare taitawo vachambe
Of recent, you won the People's Choice Awards at the Zim Hip Hop Awards. What does that mean to you, that particular one?
Well, for me at this time and moment, I'll say that's like the biggest award ever. It was the biggest of the year actually for anyone, because this the People's Choice Award. It has nothing to do with the judges or anything. This is the people speaking. So from the everyday things of hearing people saying, "Yeah, what you're doing, what you say, people don't like you, A, B, C, D, what, the people are mad at you, you're going to lose your contracts and what," and then you go ahead to win the People's Choice Awards, and it wasn't just by a small margin. If I can tell you, you could compile the points of everybody who was competing with me, and still, I'd bet them the people were like so strongly behind me, so I couldn't have wanted any other award.
The Zimbabwe's local media has tweeted a lot insinuating bad blood between you and Maskiri, perhaps suggesting from your lyrics. How do you comment?
From my lyrics? Mm-hmm. From my lyrics, I don't believe I've said anything bad about him.
Right, so there is no bad blood between you and Maskiri.
ndopfeka dzakasviba mbatya nekuta ndimbowacha ndimbokurumidza kupera semukaka wamaiva nemapatya hansisina maramba doro ndine maramba drink hanchanetsana nevanhu vanenge vakabhabhatidzwa musingi ndiri ndimba mufesi wangu ndine Maskiri handimboti twi kunge bhatiri yapera moto ezvimafoni zvenyu mabluetooth mira tipinde mubedroom ndigokuratidza naked truth achati mic check 1 2 ndakuti check 12 nyaya ingetaurwe hafu kusvika yava love takasiyana pakuti kudhara iwe waiona basorobi imi pamaiona parafin ini ndaiona pramastop mandiona kunyarara watipa ndiri mondoro.
I can't speak for him, but I can certainly say
let's speak for you. Let's not speak for him, let's speak for you.
For me, it's been entertainment from day one, and he knows it, I'm sure, from the time that we spoke and we said, okay, look, this is what it is. We're in entertainment. Sometimes people like to hear this stuff, and sometimes it's the other stuff, but seriously, we are not going to meet in a room and start beating each other up. I don't think that will ever happen. Absolutely. Never. We've never wronged each other, but we're in the same line of work. We could say probably we are two bakeries that are next to each other. Indeed. So whoever has the freshest bread or the best bread is going to get more customers, and I'm sure the day the other guy gets more customers, the other one is going to wonder like, what's going on that side? Let me put a better poster. Let me paint my bakery even more whiter so that people are attracted to my place. Or let me tell them my bread is better than his bread. So that's what it is. But like I'm saying again, I think Zimbabweans, for now I can say Zimbabweans because mostly they're the ones that listen to our music. So they need to be educated more on the type of music that we sing. This is not gospel music, or it's not anything. We're trying to say chi chakazunaka or looking for praises and what. This is some kind of rap which would fall personally in our vernacular hip-hop rap. Right? I believe my music is what I call international vernacular. So the music that we sing, so I don't think you can ninipisa yourself as a person. Yes, I'm a very different person. People would actually wonder like, is this the same guy that we hear singing? But when Kantakubasa, our type of music, ndoja ine kakuzhiti inini ndini.
If you are to share the stage or do a collaboration with Maskiri, what would be your hit lyric?
If I was to share a stage,
or do a collaboration with Maskiri?
Well, I don't know. Like for me, let me walk through. I just take it as is. If I'm on stage or if I'm in the studio, I just work with what's there in that frame of mind in that moment, and I record. So I wouldn't know.
Your privacy was recently invaded with pictures and media from your bedroom life splashed into the public social media. How did that affect you?
You have to be strong. Things like that. I can't say things like that happen because that doesn't happen every day. But when it does happen, you have to be there for your partner, and in reverse the same thing. And it shouldn't happen to anyone. I do not wish that on anybody. It's not like I went out there and I said, okay, this is what I want people to sing. So I've gone through this, and people knew even 2% of what I went through and what I'm still going through. People would not actually be all negative and speak about this as if I actually wanted this to happen. My privacy was invaded. I was not with anybody's wife. I was with my girlfriend. This is not a scandal. I don't know why people keep calling it a scandal, even the media using such a word, but this was not a scandal in any way. If anything, I would have loved for some proper justice, because my privacy was invaded, and in turn you have the local papers exposing things like that to everyone, kids and stuff, which really ain't fair. If anything, the papers are to blame for things like that.
Perhaps this is an opportunity to address the perpetrator as well, your loyal fans, regarding this intrusion, and that they may know what they did and how bad it is and what impact it has.
To address the perpetrator, God is watching. But anyway,
I like that.
I'm this type of person. Like, if I drop $100 note, yarasiga, I move on with life. Can I donate the money and take like, oh yeah, I'll be happy as if I just got a new $100 note. But or anything. So I try and move on. I don't hold grudges. Like I said, I say what I want to say there and then. So really, but I just don't wish it on anyone. It's not a good thing. And when people go on talking about it, well, for me, I'm not affected. I'd worry about my partner, but I'm a very strong person. I'm not affected. It's gone. It's in the past, and I've moved forward.
Yeah. You have performed in Zimbabwe and abroad. How do you compare the stage chemistry back home and away?
Stage chemistry, as in the way you're treated, and
how your patrons receive you, react to your music, jumping up and down, and
well, I guess it's everywhere. Initially, I used to complain, like the first days, like, why don't you treat us the same way as you treat the international artists when they come back home? But then now, from traveling and everything, then you go back to that statement, yekuti hanzi gesture yakauraiwa adzoka kumba, yet hanzi mwana wamambo muranda kumwa. Right. If you get out there, Kanorumienzi, obviously, you just at any house, you get given 2 blankets, a pillow, and everything. Because Rumienzi, munotorora mwana pamba machira kuti muti pane muenzi auya. So now I understand. You have an international guy come in the country, they're probably going to get better treatment than you because of INZ. Right. So maybe even for the biggest promoters right now, Mad Boys, when we come here, if I decide I want to stay in the UK, they'll probably get used to me, and they won't even pick up my calls anymore because I didn't face it. But now, when we come here, the treatment is good, everything it's top notch. So I can't exactly complain about what happens back home or what happens outside. But the best thing I can just say is work hard, so you can be treated like royalty.
True. What inspires your dress code? Because you have become a fashion icon within the Zimbabwean community.
I just like staying clean, keeping up with fashion. I think that could be like a hobby. I guess. Though, I did a little bit of tailoring. I used to do clothes for people, but I can't exactly say that's what got me there, because even in primary school, and I didn't have a tie, I used to keep my top button on. So, but I like looking nice all the time. I love being able to blend every time you get somewhere. I don't like a situation whereby when you get somewhere and then you're trying hard because you're not fitting in. So I just believe you just have to be on point everywhere you are. It's part of Geza. Anzi vanhu vakaona chivanze chemba chakatsvairwa, they just assume kuti mumba makachena, saka handifanira kungo chivanze changu chikagara chakachenawo zvinhu zviri right.
timu yese yaungana zvinhu zviya zvaoma hanzi nzenza ngaibude nhasi inotiona panext door pangu pane tsaona mudharabatwa kavharira hapana chamaona timu yese yaungana zvinhu zviya zvaoma.
Perhaps someone in rap.
Your choice. Freestyle. Or just a message to ourselves, to the viewers, to your listeners, to your fans.
Okay, but I guess I can say, yeah, ndauya ndisina kugadzirira padziri kuda imene rap, but let me just tell you kuti stana kuzadza map ndatendereka nyika kwese ndasvika, graph rangu rakukwira manje rakupika, tauda kuenda time yedu yakupera, tamirirwa kumanchester kuti tinofamba nebhora izihora. Ndakubva paset kana mama katarisa chengeta pahana kuti stana ndiye wacha anogara ari pamusoro number 1.
Thank you very much, Stana. It was a pleasure having you on the Hard Knock. My name is Simbarashe, and this was Stana. He's on an international tour here in the United Kingdom, promoted by Mad Boys Entertainment. For more information on Mad Boys, the show, and any of their other events, go to madboys.co.uk. Again, this is the Hard Knock. I'm with me, Simbarashe. It's a pleasant night.
Dr. Clarence,